Well, look, if we go back approximately, probably 12 months from now, it was
Mm.
very, very choppy. And I can show you probably some other time because Trading View is dogging me. But, Bitcoin did plummet a good, what was it, like 70% or something, or 60% March 12th last year. And it did hit a very low bottom. So that's probably why I think a lot of people are very, very cautious about the market at the moment because
There we go.
12 months ago it was a very scary time. But some things have been
Mm.
pumped. We've got H bar. H bar is one I haven't really tracked that well. It's got a very quick network, but I don't know a lot about it. STX I think is one that's very underrated. It was very green yesterday. I do know it's SEC approved and is going to be the Web 3.0 is what it's claiming to be. And then you've got a few other things like Swissborg. Swissborg seems to be getting bigger and bigger every time I look at it,
Wow.
actually. And uni continues to climb. I wonder why. We did talk about it in yesterday's stream, or might have been the stream before.
Yeah, maybe there's some secret news coming down the pike. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
we
version are
all
we at
got
the
some
moment?
theories.
I'm sitting at version 2 at the moment. It's after 2. Anyway, let's talk about our Mars mission to Mars. We were very close and we avoided it. And like any good trader, I have moved Mars.
Yeah, I feel like it's in a different spot, but I guess that's what happens with planets. They're orbiting. They have to adapt. They definitely have to adapt, these planets.
And, I'd hate to be wrong, and so I have to move my targets. So we'll sort of see what happens. I have a feeling that everyone's going to be waiting for the 12th or 13th of March, and then we might see it absolutely rocket after those dates because we all know we're not going to get the yearly crash and we are good to go. In fact, here is a little bit of an update at the moment as to where we're at for March, and we're up 4%. Now, saying that, at the start of February, it did have some really green candles, and then it did pull back in February, and that's why it's looking a little bit green for March thus far. And we may have a very good month for March. If you recall back in 2013, some of you might be a little too young. I don't know what sort of age group we're sort of dealing with in Telegram, but
2013.
Anyway, things are looking positive thus far. I don't think we're out of the woods. We're still being dragged down with the US market.
Yeah, the March isn't quite over yet, so anything could happen.
There's still time to lose everything that you're worth.
Yeah, let's maybe not go to the dark place, guys. Let's stay positive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
Yeah, but just to temper expectations. Sorry, just to temper your expectations. Just when you look at the chart, guys, just also notice that there's generally never like this many green months in a row, and like 4 or 5 tops. We would have 6 green months in a row if we finished positive in March. So it might just be something to prepare for. It might be nothing.
Right.
You never know.
October, November, December, January, February.
Look, still no confirmation, that's for sure. And to be honest, I feel like this September right here isn't very well represented. I feel like I lost, 60% of my portfolio last year in that month alone.
Well, that's just the Bitcoin price, right?
That's because I was overexposed in alts.
Some of us may have been buying a lot of pickle and meme coin at the time. I don't know. I don't know what you were doing, but some of us may have been doing that.
There was a distinct lack of Bitcoin in my portfolio. Anyway, this is very bullish news. Dan posted this very early this morning. We have confirmation that the EIP 1559 is going to be in the London hard fork in July. Now, I recommend that you do have a bit of a read of this because it does bring in, does fix some of the gas prices, but sort of changes a little bit. Dan, did you want to talk to this one?
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about it a little bit. I'm not going to get too into the technicals because honestly, I haven't really done enough research to give a really thorough and simplified explanation for it. But you can basically think of it as twofold proposal change. So it's going to be reducing the standard, or I guess it's setting a standard gas fee for all transactions on the Ethereum network, which will help cut down on the whole gas wars effect. So you won't see such huge swings in the gas prices, and that should cut down on the ridiculous amount of fees that people are paying just to get their transactions put through so they don't wait forever. And then the second part is all of the additional gas and the additional the gas price that people put in when the fees do kind of deviate from the standard gas fee, that's all going to be burned. Everything that's not used in the transaction will be burned. So the idea is we're creating a deflationary model of currency. So over time, Ethereum will be exhibiting a deflating currency model.
Yeah,
which
or
can
at
only
least a little
increase
less inflationary at least. But yeah, I think the miners have been very well off for the last, probably at least a good 4 or 5 months now. Some of the good miners, some of the top miners with the latest miners were earning $200 per day just in the hash rewards, and then they're getting another $100 a day on their transaction fees. So. And you can look at it. You can look at it on YouTube. Some of the, I think it's Bosk Mining, very popular YouTuber that focuses very much on mining. But it's just a lot if you think about it. And if you have all this money coming in, what are you going to do with it? You're going to cash in and you're going to keep buying more miners, right? So
it's kind of led to a positive net effect, just continuing to stack up and get more ahead of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and some of us don't have that much capital though. That's the trouble. Yeah, an Antminer's like 9K or something per unit.
You should see the new ones now. They're 23K.
It's
huge.
Like
for the new ones that have just come out. Yeah, they're crazy expensive.
Yeah, and they're having trouble with supply. I don't know, guys. I can sort of picture Vitalik. I'm sure he's like a nice guy, but he's sitting back here. And he's looking at his mining rig and all of his friends' mining rigs, and then on the other side are all these people shouting at him like, "Oh my god, guys, I can't buy my scam coins! Like, you gotta lower these gas prices!" And he's like, "Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna get right on that."
Yeah, puts the gold chain around his neck, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get right on that, guys."
He's just like, yeah. No, scam coin guys, I'll get to you in a couple of months. Like. Number go up.
Bitcoin, and I've been harping on about some of the data. We all know the institutions are still accumulating. So some of the most diamond hand, some would say even galaxy hands, are still accumulating that Bitcoin. If you look at the whale bot like I do, I know it gets a bit nerdy in this area, but I sit there and the amount of Bitcoin that is coming out of KuCoin, coming out of Coinbase, coming out of Binance, coming out of Huobi, it's huge. The outflow is huge. So the less excess supply sitting on exchanges, the better, and we'll sort of see some price action very soon, I assume. And look, I'm going to go into a bit of bad news. This one sort of hits really hard on the Adapt community. For some, it was the first, 130x. For others who got in on post Uniswap launch, it was a good 15x. It made a lot of our members quite wealthy. They've had a bit of an issue where there was an exploit in the contract. The team sort of identified it and withdrew a lot of their liquidities to protect what was sort of left. There's no real update just yet. It's mostly they're investigating. They've secured a lot of liquidity, and they've sort of told everyone, "Don't worry, we'll be very transparent. We'll fix this, etc., etc." And people, at this stage, I'm very trusting. We have Kyle, who's put out a few different tweets, and he's just provided. He looks very tired, very worn out here, and
I can't blame him.
Giving a little bit of a message.
so helpful in the situation. I just wanted to make a quick video to tell you all that we're still here, we're not going anywhere, and we will we'll get through this together as a community. And again, yeah, thank you so much for all your kind words and support. It really, really means the world to me. And we will get through this, and we'll be stronger because of it. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you a little bit later.
So as you can see, there's no real there's no real confirmation yet on how they're gonna fix this issue. And to top it all off, the paid network team, more scams just come out. Fake Cole Twitter accounts saying send your your paid tokens to this account, taking advantage of the situation, which is really very disheartening within the crypto community. That there's these scum, absolute pond scum that is out there that takes advantage of the people's lives. Eventually, essentially, it's very sad to sort of see. But look, I think the paid group has had a fairly good response. They've, like I said, they've secured their liquidity that they had left, and they've reassured everyone that it'll be fixed. We're just sort of waiting out for some more information. That's all from me, guys. What were your thoughts on the situation here?
Oh man, I mean, it's definitely pretty brutal. It's tough to see these mid-level projects getting hacked because there's a lot of people that are supportive of the project itself, but also made some decent gains and everything. But that's what I was thinking yesterday, that it's sort of good that we're DeFi itself has not fully gone mainstream yet, that there's not that there weren't millions of users on the paid network, because all of this stuff is kind of, it's not like it's bad press. It's just sort of growing pains, and I think when we're reaching like a higher level of mass adoption, that hopefully stuff like this won't be happening as much. But yeah, I think it's important. I have to remind myself what we're doing down here in this world. We're beta testing software for finance, and people are just throwing their money at untested software. And this stuff is, even if it's audited and everything, it's people are real smart, and exploits are going to continue to be exploited, I think, for the near future.
We're essentially throwing our money at the future's world computer / network that is going to power everything that we do. Internet, all our accounts, all these different platforms. Everything's going to migrate into this sort of this blockchain architecture.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
sure.
when you're at the forefront of exploring new technology, these things are bound to happen, and it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's hit a few of our members quite hard, I think. But I think we're all sort of reassured, and we're comfortable. We're just going to wait out for Kyle, what he has to say next. That's all from me.
I did want to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to preface it by saying that this project is obviously very strong, and they have a lot of big backers from very well-known institutions, and the community it's going to bounce back. And I have every confidence that the team and Kyle will, continue to make things right for the investors who were hit hard by this exploit. But I kind of just have to point out that this exploit should not have been able to occur in the first place. I mean, when paid launched, okay, so first of all, audits or whatever, this kind of thing should have been able to be seen a mile away. But aside from that, this exploit, the method of attack that was used for this particular exploit was basically pointed out at the onset, on the second day, right after the launch. We all like to rag on war on rugs. Because they basically call every single new project a scam. But in this particular case, the proxy contract that was used to, mint tokens to the actual pre-sale investors, these guys, from the looks of it, and from what I've been seeing floating around on Twitter from like some very intelligent devs, it looks like one of the core team members essentially rugged the entire rest of the team.
Whoa.
And it's kind of, like I said, everything's unconfirmed, and I have every confidence that the team at Paid will, continue to develop and make things right for the rest of the community. But this kind of thing shouldn't have been possible in the first place. And the mechanisms that should have been put in place were not. If you're just relying on trust for the people that are potentially sitting on millions of dollars, I feel like that trust is going to evaporate very quickly the moment one person has an opportunity. And that's all I have to say.
That's a super good point. I remember that back at the when this project launched, that they had this minting function. Warren Ruggs was calling it out. Everybody was like, "Nah, it's chill." And then Kyle also tweeted or responded back to that saying, "Oh, we closed the minting function. That was just where we were finishing minting for our friends or whatever."
Yeah, the pre-sale investors.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a legitimate reason, and it kind of just fell into the background of everyone's minds. But unless there's actual verifiable proof that it's no longer going to be an issue, then it needs to stay in the forefront.
Yeah, no, and everybody knew about that going down at the time. But they said they're taking a snapshot of everybody that was in before this happened, and hopefully they will be true to their word and compensate everybody that was invested. But we shall see. Let me get in here real quick. If you're watching this stream, oh my God, thank you so much. We appreciate you. That's a cool thing that you're doing. No, I'm serious that we do appreciate.
We love you guys.
All of our supporters, and if you're not in the Telegram and watching this channel, that's weird because you should go to the Telegram first and the YouTube channel second, because there's a lot to fill you in on crypto, and it's not going to fit all in.
But we also appreciate you watching.
Well, obviously that too. Don't stop watching and go to the Telegram. This is where you're supposed to be right now. All right. Excuse me. I got a little frog in my throat here. We see in this, first regulated Maltese project to integrate blockchain-based AI services with Belgian retail chain. Now, I don't know how much you know about Malta and things that go on there, but there's a lot of money there. I don't want to describe particularly what kind of money is there on Malta, but there's definitely a lot of infrastructure and commerce that has to happen there. And I think we all know that for blockchain in general, that we really need to push out as far as we can into the real world for the returns to just start to exponentialize. Now that we've got past that $1 trillion market cap, we got a 2x as soon as possible, so we can push forward. And I just found this pretty interesting. There's a lot of buzzwords in this article, just like all of these sort of blockchain things, using blockchain-based AI voice commerce solution with everybody tends to go a little overboard with this stuff. So it's can be hard to notice where the actual innovation is happening. But as far as this sort of direct integration with this online retailer, super bizarre. I see this as pretty bullish. Is this needs to happen all over the world. I think it's not just going to be one company or one partnership or the mafia doing something in Malta. Wait, I said that out loud. It's going to be a bunch of different companies. It has to be atomized, these different partnerships and these different ideas. And that's I think what we're going to see in the future. It's not just going to be, sure, Ethereum, Polkadot, these big companies are going to be very gargantuan in the space, but I think it's these little stories that excite me. That I don't know. What do you guys think about this one?
Love it. Anything that runs on the future, I'm keen. And Malta, what a sort of. I like Malta. I like the concept of Malta. It's a little getaway for all the people who have. Don't want to pay taxes and wants to be off the grid. So
no, exactly. That money should be going into crypto. If you're they're gonna give me an ad blocker. If you're not sleeping under a rock, you should know that Coinbase is doing their stonk offering, and that really is going to get a bunch of more visibility for all of us. But I'm not going to click through to that article. Oh wait, here it is. Sorry. the Amazon moment for crypto. I don't know. I don't know if I would go that far, guys, but I think it's definitely going to be a good moment. And I'm curious what these exchange IPOs are going to be like, because it sounds like Kraken is also getting listed pretty soon. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is just gonna 2x Bitcoin as soon as this happens, or maybe?
Look, it's another example of cryptocurrency being thrown in front of the faces of all of these mass adoption. So it's positive for the space. If you see Coinbase and all of a sudden becomes a multi-billion-dollar company, all of a sudden they have a bit of a reputation and power in the traditional finance and the traditional stock world.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I don't think it's going to be massive
Yeah.
like Amazon massive, but it's just another example of crypto in the mass adoption space.
It's funny because the hype is really important in this whole crypto scene, and as soon as Bitcoin drops like $5, everybody's like, "Nah, I'm bored with this. I'm over it." And then the hype goes down a little bit, but as soon as it starts to moon again, it comes up again. But this is all sort of, I guess, lining up with a slight dip and a possible larger dip. So yeah, curious to see what happens there. I just want to highlight this music related thing because I like music in general. Square is partnering with Tidal, which I don't know how much you know about music streaming services and all of that. Tidal has been pretty controversial, I think, just in general for musicians and for everybody else. I like Jay-Z. I grew up on Jay-Z. I think he's a cool guy. Obviously got the cash to pull all of this off, but yeah, they have this streaming service that is more money. They get a little bit more revenue going to the artists, but you also have to pay, like, I don't know what the subscription is now, but I think it's $20 or more. Definitely more than Spotify. But it is that idea that sending a little more revenue back to the artists, which I think is good. And if you can pay for your Tidal subscription in Bitcoin, I also think that is good. But personally, I don't think this platform goes far enough. I think the entire music industry and all sort of performing arts, art in general, needs to go through sort of an economic revamp, because if you are an artist in this world and you don't have at least 1 million listens or views or hits, you're not making any money like that's tangible that could pay for stuff in your life. So and if you have 1 million hits, then you're probably doing all right because you have a lot of fans and other people. So there is sort of this weird impossible break point at this time, at least for sort of an indie musician, that you're either starving and not making any money at all, or you're making decent money. There's no sort of middle ground, because a Spotify play will net you about 0.0006 cents. I think I might have added a zero, but it's really not that much money that you're getting from a Spotify play itself. So I think we really need to adopt one of these newer audio platforms like Audius, which is actually gaining adoption at this point. They're getting 3 million users on Audius at this point, which I think is pretty exciting. And I'm hoping that some actual blockchain project actually catches on for this music streaming thing, because I think the bandwidth can handle it and the artists just desperately need it. What do you think, guys?
I think that's definitely trending in that direction. I mean, it's definitely great to see, the actual artists, the people that create the music, have an avenue for them to actually be fairly compensated for it. And it's interesting that you bring that up, because one of the bands that I listened to a decent amount over the past couple years, let me try to remember what the name is now, because I'm totally not on top of my bands and artists. There was a band that they're the first band to release an album as an
yeah, that
NFT.
was that Kings of Leon. Yeah, no, I talked
Kings
about
of
that
Leon.
a couple days ago. I talked about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I see a lot of artists following that track, especially because Beeple is so big in the music world. Actually, he does a lot of music videos and VJ stuff, and has a lot of direct connections to artists like Eminem and Katy Perry. And I'm sure that after he sold his NFTs for $6 million, that all of those recording artists are calling him up and be like, "Bro, what's this OpenSea thing? Can I get in on that?" Like, so yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before people start doing the NFT thing with their music. But it remains to be seen what kind of platform shows up. I did want to highlight this hilarious quote from Reuters because this sort of shows how early we are still. Among the obscure blockchain systems that Square and Tidal could help popularize are digital files known as non-fungible tokens that serve as digital. Have you guys heard of non-fungible tokens? Is that something you've heard about?
Yes, I have. I've been under a rock this whole time.
It's very, very obscure. Very obscure.
Totally foreign concept to me.
Well, I guess I should look into this as a crypto investor that doesn't give financial advice.
Yeah, and when we edit this video later, you'll be able to check the link to our videos covering this in this corner right here.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, right there.
There you go. I see it. It's up there.
Yeah.
It is pretty interesting to sort of see what will be a non-fungible token and what will actually have value as well, because I did see a message, like a conversation that was NFT'd and then sold for a few grand, and it wasn't even that good. I was just like, well, I don't understand why this message, this conversation about 4 messages is what from 2 different people. I think it was like on Telegram as well, sold for a few ETH.
We're just getting started. I mean, if Jay-Z, I don't know, like signed his hand and then took a picture of that and then made that picture into an NFT that there was only like 5 of, I assume those would go for infinite money. Like we don't know. People want to throw their money at celebrity stuff, and NFTs, the whole NFT system is ripe for that. If you're going to make it rare to have, I don't know, pictures of anything or just literally anything, autographs. I do want to just, I guess there are some sad things happening today. Software pioneer John McAfee indicted for 13 million charges in crypto scam involving Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. I believe he has an open bet with Reddit that he has yet to pay up. Well, we're not going to talk about the terms, but we still need to collect. I'm sorry.
That's true. That's
John
true. No, I feel like a lot of people are going to be coming for Mr. McAfee because of his actions. This is an older picture, but I did see a more recent picture of Mr. McAfee, and he's looking pretty rugged. He may have been partying a little bit too hard and just getting insane for being. I think this guy is just a fascinating figure.
I'm sorry. When you say getting insane, does that imply that he wasn't already insane? There's some strong arguments that can be made in either direction.
Yeah, no, I appreciate how close he was to the top of the spotlight while being this crazy. I think it's really commendable. And also that he's 75 years old. He doesn't look that old. I wonder what he's been up to stay that young. I don't know. A very strange person. But that's what I love so much about crypto. Are the characters actually? Everybody from Kyle to McAfee to Vitalik. All these weird people. And it's just something I do love about crypto, and it's sad that he's getting wrecked by, who is it, the Manhattan U.S. attorney. What can you do? I guess everybody's gonna get sued for pumping Doge. Tell us in the comments, is it Doge or Doge? I would be curious to take a poll.
This is the classic argument. This is akin to saying, is this pronounced GIF or GIF?
Oh man,
one is right. Only one.
That one really, yeah.
By the way, it's GIF, guys.
I'm gonna abstain. Pretty sure it's GIF. Yeah, no, that's about all I got for today. I don't know. Any other fascinating insights into the crypto universe in this exact snapshot of time? Can you airdrop us some wisdom, guys? What do we do?
Well, not exactly wisdom, and definitely not any alpha. I just did want to bring up a little bit of let's call it some crypto drama.
Ooh,
If you guys didn't see, hang on, let me go ahead and pull this up real quick, and then I'm gonna grab the screen from you.
go for it.
That is the wrong button. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Yeah. There we go. Alrighty, guys. I hope you all can see this. This is your boy, the crypto Jesus himself, Andre Cognier. I'm on his Twitter feed. Did he delete it? I think he deleted it.
Ooh.
Oh, he
Did you get a
deleted it
screenshot?
again. Wait, no. How long ago was this? No, there it is. Okay. So he did have a comment on here earlier. If you guys didn't hear, I did post it in the Telegram earlier. So make sure you guys are there because that's where I drop all the news that I find interesting. But he had a tweet here before he deleted it, talking about how disappointed he was that the whole cover and Wi-Fi integration partnership, whatever you want to call it, acquisition, that's done. Yearn Finance and Cover Protocol have officially broken up. Jack and Jill are not getting back together, guys.
What happened here? Is there any details? Because everybody's like covered to zero, but they're still technically around. They just didn't get this partnership.
Well, so this is the drama because nobody actually knows. It's pouring over both of their governance forums earlier. This was not a governance voted community made decision.
Oh,
This
wow.
was it's just I guess there was a lot of some kind of internal conflict or whatever you want to call it between the teams. But I went to I was just trawling through Telegram and I happened to find how do I change where is it? Here we go. So you guys know I've been talking about Unit Protocol for a little while, and Unit Protocol does have, I believe, have Cover listed as one of their collateral assets, but it also has Yearn Finance, and apparently there's a lot of other protocols on the table to be listed as collateral. But someone from the Cover team, apparently, I don't know who this guy is, so take it with a grain of salt if he's actually part of the Cover team. But there's a lot of speculation going on in the Unit Protocol Telegram about why the Yearn Finance and Cover Protocol partnership fizzled out. And I made a comment, and this guy, Ivan M, could be a guy, could be not guy with Cover, but he's like, okay, yeah, I mean, we're not going to go into detail on it here, but I don't know. I don't see the rationale for not being listed, yada, yada, yada. They just don't want to talk about it. So who knows what happened? Y'all can think of your conspiracy theories. I got a whole folder for all of them. Let me know what you guys think. I'd be very interesting to know. If you have any avenues you would like me to dive into, I'm happy to dive into the rabbit hole for you guys.
Yeah, can you send me your folder after the stream? I'd be curious to look in there.
Too dangerous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, this is all choppy. We got a lot of chop going on, I guess, in the market. But it's honestly another thing I sort of love about crypto in general is the wild drama that one day a coin is going up a 10,000x, and the next day it's getting not rug pulled or just it's getting fudded out. I don't know. People are like changing CEOs. Some people are lizards. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. It's funny that these insurance protocols are getting sort of problems because they're supposed to be this stable sort of adults in the room. But I guess it's going to be a while until these until there's an insurance company in crypto that we can really trust that's proven their track record. That may take years. Yeah, but this is also, I don't know. What do you think, Gooding? What do we do?
Yeah, look, I generally stay away from drama. I barely have the patience for it, nor do I care for it. But I do love a good chuckle, as long as it doesn't last for too long. I'm like, oh, good one, and then I'll just move on. Maybe I'm just a typical male, but the stuff that you see in telegrams, it honestly baffles me. There are, when I say the word degenerates, I'm not saying this as a term of endearment. I'm saying that there are some fish food out there that just shouldn't have the right or the ability to just speak on some platforms. But that's going to the extreme of some of the drama that we see. But yeah, in this case, it's like, oh yeah, sad, kiss up, kiss and move on, or kiss and make up or move on, right? And Wi-Fi is a big player, and we've seen a few insurance protocols come out this year. So I dare say, Wi-Fi will find a rebound very soon.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, the Wi-Fi club has been having some problems, actually. Just almost all of the protocols have been getting attacked. But I think that's what happens in crypto when you get very high profile. There's a lot of eyes on you, and then there's a lot of people studying your contract. And that sort of increases the odds of problems happening because there's real smart people out there with real bad intentions in crypto. I think we have to remind ourselves and others that it's all fun and games and memes, but there's some sketchy people operating in this industry. And the thing I was thinking about just this last couple days is that, right, we're in this current bull run. Some of us may have not been around for the previous bull run of 2017, but there are some real bad actors that are just bad people, and they've been practicing this and practicing it and working on this for up to a decade at this point. And since we're not done with this bull run, I just would encourage you, keep your eyes open, because there are next level scams coming down the pike. And I don't have that article pulled up, but there was another coin project leader that is getting sent to jail for 8 years that was doing a pump and dump back in 2017. And I think the heads that are going to roll from this bull run will be a lot brutal. So stay safe out there, friends. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, and just to go along with that real quick, you just got to remember here to manage your own risk. Although we always talk about how much opportunity there is in crypto, there's also an equal, or I mean, maybe not equal, but there is a decent amount of risk that's involved in this space. And for every developer that you have, like Andre Cronje, who's a great developer, very smart guy, you also have on the other side, essentially Bizarro Andre Cronje, who's going to be on the evil side, looking for those exploits, looking for all these crazy exploits that you can take advantage of and make out on a quick buck. With everything that's been going on, with the insane amount of development that's going on in the space, composability is at an all-time high, and we really have no way of knowing how all these protocols and how these different assets are going to interact with each other, and if they're going to break contracts, or if these assets are going to be somehow exploitable on a different blockchain, on a different network with a different consensus method. So remember just to manage your own risk. Insurance protocols are going to be really important. And if you're not over leveraged into one particular asset, if you are over leveraged into one particular asset, or you have more money in one that you're comfortable losing, then make sure you pick up a little bit of an insurance policy for it.
Definitely a good point. I don't know, guys. Making 10,000% gains on your investment does not come without risk. And if you think that, then you're probably new. In which case, enjoy your first rug.
Everyone remembers their first.
I know I do. But it's not all negative. I am still extremely excited about the future of crypto in general. And I know crazy things are going to happen in March, one way or the other. Don't want to say. I don't know.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up there. I just want to say thank you very much for joining in today. Thank you. And you can thank us back by clicking that like button and maybe subscribing. Maybe you've been sitting on the fence for a little while thinking, who are these adapter guys? They just seem a little bit kooky. But, that's just who we are. We are kooky.
Hey, did you like this? Did you like the show? Did you like it?
Did you write
If you didn't like
facts?
it, that's okay. But
That's fine.
you're wrong, and I dislike you.
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion.
Keep your
But we
own
like
opinion to yourself. You're in my house. No, just kidding. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Oh, man.